hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.
Hello my people, it has been long, 2 weeks or so. Apologies, your girl was not feeling well, but we are back. Karibuni sana. So today we are preparing chicken biryani. So here are our ingredients. We have our chicken, we have red onions, we have tomatoes, we have yellow food color, we also have our plain yogurt from Ilara. Wale wa mawowo tunakumbuka mawowo ya kuswim, so we are using Ilara. We also have our biryani masala over there, and then on the other plate we have our already peeled potatoes. So here we are chopping our onions into circular shapes so that when we are going to fry them, they'll come out well. So we are going to heat our cooking oil in a sufuria. So there it is, and on the side we also lit our jiko. As you can see, it is well lit. So we placed our sufuria, which we are going to use to cook the rice. Then we went back to the other sufuria that we were heating the cooking oil, and then we added the already chopped onions that were chopped in circular so that they can fry. So there they are, our onions are frying, as you can see.
Side. I don't wanna waste what's left.
So as the onions continued to fry, we added cooking oil and bay leaves onto the sufuria that we are going to use to cook our rice, and let the cooking oil to heat up before we add our rice. So then we added a cup of rice that was already washed, and then we added salt for seasoning, and then we stirred to make sure that it mixes well. So there we are, stirring, and then we added 2 cups of water to the rice, and there is our rice. We mixed again so that also we make sure that it is well stirred, and then we covered and let it cook so that it is around 70% done. So as it cooks, we checked on our onions, and as you can see, they are frying very well, so that there is good progress. Later on, they have already turned golden brown. You have to be very careful so that they don't burn. So here we are taking them out from the oil and placing them in another place. So we are placing them aside, and I was trying to show you the spoon that I'm using so that you don't start saying that I'm using the spoon that is getting out oil from the sufuria. So the spoon has some pores down there, so it allows the cooking oil to come out of the onions. So there we are getting the onions out of the hot cooking oil, and our onions, which are golden brown, are ready. So on the same pot, or on the same sufuria, we are going to add our potatoes. We are going to fry them so that they can become crispy, so that when we are cooking, they will also be more flavorful. So there we are, frying them. So on the side, we started dicing our garlic and our tomatoes. We wanted today to make a natural tomato paste, so this is us trying to dice the onions. The garlics are already in the blender. Apologies, I meant dicing the tomatoes. We are going to add a little water, just a little, and then we covered our blender and we started blending our tomato and garlic to make our tomato paste that is natural.
I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the
So here I am trying to show you the product of what we blended. So that is the paste that came out from the tomatoes and garlic. So we also checked on our rice. We are waiting for it to boil up well. So the bay leaf is there. I didn't show you where the bay leaf came from. So that is the jar where the bay leaf came from. It is also from Tropical Heat. If you know, you know. That company has very nice spices. So once the Irish potatoes are crispy, you take them out of the oil and we place them on the same place that we had placed our onions. So we also fried our chicken for more flavor. You know how these broiler chickens are, so we prefer them to be fried first and then we will cook later. So we fried our chicken, and here is already a sample of what is happening. So there we have our fried chicken, we also have our tomato paste, we have our plain yogurt, we have our food color, we also have our raw chicken, and on the other side we had our biryani masala. So our rice is cooking well. It is almost 70% done. So you're going to move it from the jiko and place it on the cooker so that it can heat on low, it can cook on low heat. So there we are preparing our food color. We placed a portion onto a plate and then we added a little water and stirred. Make sure you don't overdo, and on the subtitles I have tried to explain that you can use a variety of colors. So we prefer yellow because we are also Kambas. No, I'm not Kamba, but we love yellow. So there we are, we added our food color onto our rice and then we mixed using a fork, and as you can see the color is already changed. So we are mixing the rice using a fork. Later on we added our already fried onions on top of the rice for more flavor. So you make sure you add enough because you're going to use also the same onions while cooking the chicken. So don't add a lot, just add a little. And then we covered and we let it cook for about 5 minutes, and make sure the heat is low so that you don't burn your rice. So we reduced the heat and then covered it and let it cook for 5 minutes. So the other side, as you can see, our chicken is almost ready. We are left with just a piece or two still cooking, still frying. So we gave it a few minutes. So swiftly we moved to our pan and added cooking oil onto our pan. Since we had already fried our onions, we just fried our tomato paste. So there we are, adding our tomato paste to our already heated oil, and then we stirred it well so that the cooking oil can mix well with the paste, and then we covered and let it cook for 2 minutes. As it cooked, we checked on our rice and it was almost ready. So we decided to turn off the cooker. So there I was turning off the cooker. So that is our rice. It is ready, very ready to be served. But because our chicken is not yet ready, we're just going to let it rest. So we went back to our tomato paste that has cooked for 2 minutes and we stirred again. As you can see, it is doing very well. We added salt for seasoning. And then we stirred. Today we are doing lots of stirring. We stirred and then we added our chicken to the paste. Nitakupea plug wa kuku mtu wangu. So this chicken, I got them from a friend of mine and they are on a budget. They are not that expensive. So mashimo tunajua. So we turned the chicken so that all the sides may mix well with the paste. Later on, we added our fried Irish potatoes to the same pot and then also added our fried onions onto the same pan. alafu tukachanganya tena mpaka nimewandikia kwa subtitles. Yani leo tunakoroga koroga, but ndo mapochopocho haya. Wakost wanajua kupika haya mambo ya biryani kutushinda, but we are trying our best. So there we are, adding our biryani masala spice, and then tunakoroga tena. So after stirring and making sure that everything has mixed well, we are about to add our plain yogurt. So there we are, adding our plain yogurt to the food in the pan. After adding, we picked our spoon, our wooden spoon, and mixed again. Leo kuchanganya ni kwigi. And then we covered it to cook on low heat for 10 to 15 minutes so that it is well done. So here we are peeping to see the progress, and then we covered it again for it to cook. So as it cooks on the side, we prepared our coriander. So here we are picking the leaves from the stems. So that is our coriander, yes. So we took our green capsicum and also sliced it, and then later on, after 12 minutes, we added our green herbs, that is our capsicum and our coriander, to our already cooked chicken biryani. So we know that these green herbs are not supposed to overcook, because when they overcook, somehow they lose their flavor. So we just gave them a minute, stirred, and then we took the pan from the heat and placed it where there was no heat, and it was ready. So here we are, ready to serve. On our table we have our chicken biryani, we also have our rice, and today we had a special drink. So there is this product from Miranda, green apple flavored soft drink from Pepsi. Most of us grew up taking Fanta or Coca-Cola, but trust me, you should try this soda from Miranda, the apple flavored one. It is very sweet. So for our dessert today, we had queen cakes from Naivas. We love products, pastries from Naivas, because most of the time they are very fresh and they are yummy. So I forgot to show you my plate. So this is my plate for today, and those are my portions. Karibuni sana, we share. If you want to serve for many, make sure you just increase the ingredients amount. For example, if you have a family of 10, you cannot cook 1 cup of rice. It won't be enough. So thank you so much for sticking around this far. I love you so much. Keep subscribing, sharing, commenting, and support this girl. I love you so much. Until next time, bye.
Kindly subscribe to my mom's channel.